We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution Sports Forum. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe. I'm joined by the Man City man. I don't think things are well
I'm
today.
crying. I'm crying today.
I don't think things are well today. Before I go to the topic of today, what's your take? Let's talk about Man City right from the beginning. What's your take? What happened? Is it a matter of Real Madrid mastering the Champions League? Remember,
I
they
think.
are the team when it comes to Champions League.
Mm,
They're like Al Ahly. They are the team
mm,
when it comes to
yeah.
Champions League in Africa. So, yeah, what's your take?
Oh, they were just great,
Just
man.
give me your analysis and how.
Yeah.
What was your take of the game?
Well, basically, they pretty much ruled the game. You know, a typical game like when Manchester City played Manchester United and United beat us 2-0. They're just, United were absolutely fabulous that day, and City were not so fabulous. They had a lot of possession, which you can expect from Manchester City, but no, they were just outclassed. Outclassed. And that was Real Madrid's weakened side, I guess you could say, because they had players out like Mbappe and whatever. And then I'm sure they're going to come to the Etihad Stadium on Tuesday. And we got to turn around a 3-0 goal deficit, which, to be honest with you, I don't think it's within our capability at this stage. Still possibly in the team building stage, or what I see from my analysis is that Pep's swapping and changing quite a bit at the moment, and that's causing a little bit of disruption at the moment. But I get why he's doing it. And at the end of the day, so far so good. It's getting to the crunch side of the season. So if you start doing that, then you've got no real place for recovery. This is a knockout stage. So yeah, it's tough. And before I forget, good morning, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to, yeah,
Yeah,
we nearly forgot that.
yeah, yeah.
So
You
yes,
know,
no.
the news are
Mm,
hot. The hands we forget.
mm.
Yeah.
But Real Madrid were great, man. They were, hats off. And to be honest with you, I've got to say the same for Mamelodi Sundowns as well. I mean,
Mm.
there's lots of news around schedules, etc., but the guys are delivering, eh? Crunch time of the season, they're winning the games. Yes, they're complaining, and maybe rightly so, but the results are coming for them. So Pirates have got to be on the top of their game now to hold that position, which they are at the moment.
Mm.
So far, so good for that. Yeah, let's see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
Can I eat
But I
my
see the
Can I eat my humble pie and say sorry Pete, to cut it short and say heads off, Cardoso. I was
yeah,
one of your
yeah,
critics.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's delivered, or they've delivered.
Mm.
You got to look at the whole package, haven't you? Really, it's not just Cardoso; it's a team, it's a technical staff, etc. So far, so good for Mamelodi Sundowns. They got a game on Tuesday. I think they're playing League. I think
Mm.
I always
But
get
but
my
but now but
my
now
English tongue battle to get my English tongue around that name.
yeah but now the Man City man, should I say, or is it because Cardoso realized what we have been speaking about? Why were you not playing Ingram Reyners all along?
Mm,
I saw those players. Now see what they do. They deliver. Okay.
mm, yeah.
So maybe he had our rambling. Now they'll pardon us if maybe those players were injured because we didn't know. And then this brings me to what I always talk about. Please give us information. All right.
Yeah.
Our job is to share information so that it can reach those people who are busy. People are busy, eh? And then
Mm.
at least they understand what's happening with their teams. As they go to the stadiums, they understand. But Pete, quick one, let's move on. I want to say to you, we sadly, man, we lost this lady, a big fan for Amazulu, the super fan Amazulu. They used to call her Usutu Queen. She passed on, and then also Makalanjalo. This guy, he was very staunch Orlando Pirates fan, and he became famous because one day Pirates lost, and then everybody had left at the stadium. He was all by himself up there, crying, So television, they showed him crying. So that's how that name Makalanjalo came about. And he loved Pirates. He loved Pirates so much. Fantisi, that's his name, Charles Fantisi, Makalanjalo. May their soul rest in peace. And then while we're still there, and then it was a fun fair at Orlando Pirates game. Look at this fashion, man. Guy has done a very nice suit. It shows that we can do a lot of things. And this is creativity. Can you imagine? Look at the jersey that he has done and the jacket and so on. I wish he can just do it as a business and continue and see what's going to happen. All right.
Good luck.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, we had patches on our knees for different reasons, not fashion.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then the other big one that I want to share, I'm proud of Doc Kumalo. This is a combination of Doc Kumalo and Gappa, number 15. Dog is a phenomenon. And I think this gives him freedom to speak his mind, just not to say, I'm from Chiefs, and then I need to always be, even if I see things, and then I must pretend as if I don't see them. And that's not what we do. And today we are going to talk about Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns and Dr. Irvin Khoza. That's what we are going to talk about. We are talking about the allegations, and I continue to say, please share the news. Share the news. Let's start, of course, the main topic. Mamelodi Sundowns, like you said, well done, 3-0 win. Irrespective of Cardoso has been complaining bitterly. And he has facts. And now, if you listen to what he's saying, he doesn't mention Orlando Pirates, doesn't mention Dr. Irvin Khoza, but the implications are that all the teams that are playing in the Champions League, they are given a break. As Mamelodi Sundowns, they requested to postpone their game. I think that was on Wednesday, and then the league refused. What's your take about that, Pete?
Yeah. Well, look, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I say. So all the other teams in the continent are giving their teams a bit of a break there. Maybe it's right that they should do that. But we've had this debate whether, the schedule could take it into consideration, etc., etc., etc. But, when you see these facts, and I'm not sure if you're going to present them.
Yeah, I'll present them. My team did not. I said they must, do a design. I realized they missed it, but it's fine. I've got them. I'll show them. I'll simply highlight them. I'll talk about.
Yeah, it's if you look at those statistics, and it looks like all the other leagues have actually accommodated their teams. And now, like I love that clip that you showed me from the lady. I can't remember her name now. Radio presenter, I think she was, or she was on a radio, and she was 100% right in respect to that when
Colin Makubela from Power FM. Okay.
No, she was 100% right. Any team, he said, forget it if it's Mamelodi Sundowns, Chiefs or Pirates or whatever. Any team that crosses the border to play into CAF or one of the internationals or whatever the case may be, they're representing South Africa. And, we should have made a plan for them in that respect. Yeah, we've had the debate. We've had the debate whether the league could take it into consideration. Another comment that was made, which I thought about at first as being fair. But then again, I had another think about it, and I was thinking, is it the same? Are we comparing apple with apple? And that's the one where the comment was made that, when Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns were playing in CAF, the league made a plan to actually accommodate all three of them. I think it was Cardoso that made that comment. I'm not sure exactly. And now, because it's just Mamelodi Sundowns, why not?
Why not?
On face value, that sounds like a fair comment. But then in my thinking, then when I started to sit back and think about it, I was thinking, well, if you've got the Premier League that consists of how many teams now? I can't remember. And you take three of them out of the fixtures, yeah, then
16
those three teams have a bigger impact on the league than one that's in the international play now. But having said that, take it overseas, generally speaking, where possible, there are provisions made. But if you look now, for example, my team got thrashed by Real Madrid, as you know, and they're going to play next Tuesday, but they're also playing today. So we have a similar situation over in Europe as well, and I'm sure it's in the other leagues as well. But if it is all possible, to reschedule a match, I think it should be, because like the lady said, when they go over that border and they go play a game, irrespective of the team, they're representing South Africa, and we should want to, make their objectives easier. Let's put it that way. So yeah, no, it's heating up, this conversation. The more information you get, the more it makes you think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to just compare it with Europe, and I say, but they do that, and but then when you start looking at it on a local front there, it's maybe we should have actually, or the league should have made a plan for Sundowns. But again, like I said, well done to Sundowns. Even with this busy schedule, they seem to be holding it. Players get tired. We know that when they get tired, maybe they don't commit to tackles 100% correctly, and then they get injured. So this is the back end of the season now. This is where it really counts. So let's see. But well done, Sundowns. Irrespective of what we're talking about now, they did really well.
Look, sorry, Pete. Sorry to cut you short. Cardoso is talking facts. Yes, point out facts.
Yeah, sure.
If I remember quite well, there was this old man, David Tidiela. He owns a team called Black Leopards. He made, an allegation, serious allegation. I think it was Sunday World, to say, how come the chief executive, which is Mrs. Manto Madlala, he went there in an acting capacity. It's more than 10 years. When is the acting ending? That was the question that he asked. If you remember quite well, we once spoke about this several times to say, this thing of the owners of the team are also what you call board of directors that runs the league. They gave a very good reasoning. I remember when they started, because in the past you used to have your old, may his soul rest in peace, Ndate George Tabe and so on, who was the El Supremo, having the professional league and the amateur football, which is SAFA. Then it was SANFA, and the professional was NPSL. And there was a conflict, and they fought for that. At the forefront, it was Jomo Sono, Dr. Jomo Sono, Dr. Mutaung, Dr. Irvin Khoza. That is why we have now SAFA, and then we also now have NSL, or the Premier Soccer League. So that was good, because we need to clear the conflict of interest. The perceptions is very important. Colin Makubela from KFM, who used to be a politician with various political parties. The last political party was MKP. And then she was saying, asking question on her show to say, how come when Mamelodi Sundowns ask for a postponement, and then that postponement is not heeded to? And then Cardoso came and say, look, I'll give you points. All right. He said, prior to the second leg, all teams in the CAF Champions League, they don't have matches between the two legs. Malian, 9 days to prepare for this match. Malian. Okay. And then Esperanza, 7 days. Al Ahly, 6 days. Esfar, 6 days. Bekan, 6 days. Pyramid, 5 days. Al Hilal, 12 days. Then he went further to say, it's an absolute shame how Sundowns is treated. It's not normal. Now, I want to hear from you, friends. You know, I always say, yes, we have our teams. Pete was talking about Man City now, all right. But we also have, we can also have our own, because we understand, we are watching football. It doesn't mean that we are dumb, Pete, all right? We are not involved in football. We see, we can make our deduction. If they share the news, they help us to shape our, because we want to spread the news. We want football to grow. And granted, Dr. Irvin Khoza has done well with the team. I want to emphasize that, with the team. Of course, is led by him to make PSL what it is today. One of the things that excites me most is the MDC, because now we are getting most of the players from that. There are a lot of people who are doing a lot. I've mentioned that before. The same Brade, known him when I was young, doesn't know me. Even Dr. Ivan, I known him when I was young. I used to hang around on the stand with him. You know, there was this stand at Orlando Pirates Stadium. He was a secretary by then. All of them, they contributed, okay? But fairness is important. Why do we see what is happening in the world today? Your Iran, whatever, I'm not talking politics. They complain about fairness. They're saying, why petrodollar? All right? Why petrodollar? Why can't we have another currency? All right? Because people are being suppressed, because I'm not talking politics. I'm just emphasizing that the element of fairness is so important. And that's what Cardoso was pushing. I don't know. And
even
yes, Peter.
Even the perception of fairness, even if it is being run fairly,
yeah,
even the perception, people's perceptions are their reality. Yeah. So if they think something's not right, then that's what they believe, and that will affect their, their speech, their actions, and everything going forward. So even perceptions of things not being necessarily correct will affect people's judgment. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Lots is happening in our football. We saw the exchange of blows at SAFA meeting. That's not what we want.
No, sure.
We understand that there was a claw of trying to extend the term of Dr. Danny Jordan. You know, look, I'm sitting wherever I'm sitting in my corner. I'm saying, if I am to advise to Dr. Irvin Khoza, I hope they will listen to this. Don't be angry with us. Pirates fans, once you say this, they are angry. Chiefs fans, when you say something, they're angry. That is why they were so angry with Doc Kumalo. And I say, don't suppress the views because they enrich us. Okay? Um, it's nasty to see people exchanging blows in a meeting of a football, fighting, then it tells you it's all about money. It has nothing to do with everything now. It's all about money. Why people are holding so much? I'm just giving the news. We don't have news. And I said, we don't have contacts. And then, you know what? Even if they don't share the news with us, the social media, just post there on your social media to say this is what is happening, so that we understand, and then we help the people to understand. And if I'm sitting where I'm sitting, Dr. Irvin Khoza has done a lot, has done exceptionally well. But I think if I were him, I'll take heed to all these noises and start thinking that maybe I need to change my approach. Maybe I need to listen, because once people start throwing stones, I'm not saying they're not sitting in the glass houses. They are also staying in the glass houses probably, and maybe worse than him. But you need to start thinking. And that's leadership, legacy. It's very important. I don't know, Pete, on what I said. And Cardoso was saying this, at some point he made an allegation to say, I saw a referee, an official of one of the team with a referee. That's not good, man. Going to the dressing room of an opponent team, it's not good. I don't know. What's your take, Pete? I'm just giving you what is happening there. And I must qualify it. I get it from tweeted. This was tweeted. This was tweeted. And then Cardoso apparently we had a press conference where he highlighted all these things. So yeah, it's not us. Don't shoot us, but we are asking what can be done. Pete.
Well, obviously, we don't know that's factual, but the referees have got to be squeaky clean, haven't they? Obviously, because they officiate from an independent and objective perspective, or they should be at least anyway. So to go after the game, and under people's eyes, and if that is the case, I don't think it's right. But we don't know whether a tweet's factual or not. But for me, to remain independent, you've got to stand away from what's happening, what you officiated. You've got to be, you've got to distance yourself from that. So if you don't, then people will start to think, and people will start to talk, and it could be completely innocent, but we don't. Yeah, it could be quite innocent. Maybe talk to the coach. I don't know, whatever the case may be, to say, hey, you're a bit out of line on the sideline, or whatever the case may be. And I know that for a fact because Pep's been yellow carded quite a few times this season. He's also not scared to speak his mind, by the way.
He's a human. He's a human. He's a human.
Yeah.
I saw Messi being animated. We know Messi being cool, calm, but he's a human. We are all human.
Yeah.
It was only Jesus Christ for those who are Christians. It was only Jesus Christ. We are not sure if you're a Muslim. I don't know whether the history of Muhammad, probably those were beyond reproach. So it's human. It's human and understandable.
Don't give people the opportunity to start wagging their tongues. That's the bottom line. It doesn't. You can take that even out of football. Yeah,
Don't allow them. Don't allow them to, to have a fanfare. Filled. Them to talk whatever that they want to talk, because as human beings we are not happy. But Pete, before I leave, not necessarily I leave, we'll be going to the next stage of the show. Let's talk about the cricket ITCC world champion The Indians.
Yeah.
Are we now seeing?
You'd have thought it.
Are we now seeing India becoming the Brazil of cricket now?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Who's
You
the
know, at
best?
one stage,
Yes, Pete.
well, they have world rankings, obviously, and I'm not sure how the world rankings work or what the world rankings are. But if for the guys that have sort of like been following the show for the last couple of weeks, we were when we first started to talk about, the cricket as an alternative subject. You would have seen or would remember that India almost didn't make it out of the group stage to play in the top eight, as it were. I can't remember exactly what the wording was for that top eight, but they had some fancy words for it there. And look at them now; they're the champions. So I'm going to hold on to what India have done there, and I'm going to sort of like, hope that something similar might happen to Manchester City, although I doubt it. Real Madrid were just too good for us the other night, and I can't see us overturning 3 goals. But another thing maybe that's worth mentioning, we were talking about the Champions League is Arsenal drew. There was another team that drew. Newcastle drew. All the other English teams lost. All of them. All of them, including my team, of course. Liverpool lost. I think if you take it to the Europa Champions League, there's a second leg. I think Aston Villa drew, and Nottingham Forest on Thursday night lost. Yeah, so not good for the English teams, so far. I mean, there's a second leg to be played, but and we'll see how that pans out then. But yeah, yes, no, getting back to the cricket, congratulations to the Indians. Yeah, I do believe, when it comes to cricket, it's like you said, Real Madrid, those type of teams that you always think are going to win the Champions League. Well, yes, they are. And India, when it comes to the cricket, especially on home ground, I mean, had this been played in South Africa, it might have been a different story, but they were on home turf. So I think that crowd's very fanatical. So I think it makes a difference to G up your team to outperform. But I think it was a good tournament from what I saw. Very exciting games. And yeah, up until the semi-finals, South Africa were playing brilliantly, man. They lost no games. They lost all. They won all their games in the group game. They won the quarter final, I think it was, and they went. Well, they were thrashed in the semi-finals, if I'm honest. I think 9 wicket loss. So yeah, congratulations to India. That's another tournament finished. So we'll have to find something else to talk about then.
Yeah, it's like you say, it used to be West Indies, Brian Lara. I remember Dr. Bacher used to, to tell me about Brian Lara, quite a lot. And then, and I end up fell in love with Brian Lara. But you know what I like about us as South Africa? We are always there. We are always there.
Yeah.
Tell me, have we won the World Cup before in any of the category?
Cricket World Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I think we have, but I stand to be corrected, yeah. I always remember that final where Alan Donald dropped his bat. Do you remember that final?
Yeah.
And we went out in the final there. Yeah, that one I remember. Yeah,
so
that was
no, we won World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Not
I think
long.
we've won the World Cup.
Not
We've definitely
long.
won it in the right way. Yeah.
Well,
in cricket, I couldn't really say with confidence what if we have or how many we have or whatever the case may be. But I'm sure South Africa would have won some cricket World Cup, I would believe.
Yeah, but we are a powerhouse when it comes to cricket. We're a powerhouse. When it comes to rugby, no, we are the big boys there.
Yeah.
World Cups
no, sure.
How many World Cups have you won there?
It's about 4 or 5 now, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
they would.
No. There we are the big
Yeah,
boys. We
yeah,
are mingling with your Brazil there.
yeah.
In soccer. Well, Bafana, they're coming up okay. I don't know. I don't know whether they're going to change the code. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. This is a new thought. And I got it from Benny McCarthy. All right, Benny McCarthy. I think Peter Musimana should be made the coach of Bafana. Remember, I wanted him to go to Kaiser Chiefs. I don't think it will happen now. I should think because they were asking Benny, "Are you ready for Bafana?" I said, "No, I can't go ahead of Peter. Peter has done it all. It should be Peter who should go there." And I tend to agree with him. Not only that, Peter himself said it that he wished to get that medal of AFCON. All right, I think it's one of the missing medals. As recommended by me earlier on, that I would prefer Peter Musimane to go to Bafana because Peter has done it all. You know what? I have no doubt that Peter can bring us glories. And I'm crossing fingers that he goes there and win the Champions League. We need more heroes. The country needs more heroes. As I spoke about Benny McCarthy, remember I spoke about Benny McCarthy and the book that he has penned together with Mark Gleason. Mark Gleason is an old journal. You know, Mark Gleason might not know this. I know him from long time, you know. I used to go to Randfontein to go and watch the games there, traveling by taxi for that matter. And then Mark would come to the stadium. And then by that time, very few white people were going to the township. Mark Gleason will be there, and then with his shorts, and then he would climb the fence with all of us, especially when it's full. He's a very seasoned journalist, Mark Gleason. And then another thing that made me to respect Mark Gleason, I think he was also following what is happening in Africa. And I must say it, Mark Gleason is one of the people who broke the AFCON to me. I'm saying to me. He alerted me, you know, because remember the news were very scarce during, not like now. Now the news are everywhere. And then Mark Gleason will tell us about the strong teams in Africa. He's one of the very seasoned journalists. So I'm not shocked seeing him as the person who penned down the book for Benny McCarthy. I think he's an appropriate person to do that. So the good news, I've just spoken to Mark Gleason, and then I'll be having an interview with him sometime next week, and then watch that one. I'm still talking to Rob Marawa. I need Rob on his book. And I'm encouraging you guys, please write books. We need documentary. We need news. Our kids, as they grow, they need to learn. And then the past is very important. Pete, we're still talking about Peter Musimane. And then, but before I go to the next subject, let me share the news. As I was talking about McGleason now, let me share the news. Remember, we are a financial company, but we emphasize on education. So let me share the books so that you can see, oh, okay, did that thing that it has done again. I don't know. Let me get it right. It's technology, Pete. Will come right one day. Eh? And then here's the book, Benny, from the Cape Flats. Mark Gleason, they've done a great job. Well done, guys. Because, you know, our kids, they end up in this problem because they don't have heroes. And heroes are everywhere. We don't have a hero only in football, in boxing, in music. We have kids maybe who aspire to be writers. I was just relating how I know Mark Gleason. I don't know much about Mark Gleason, because I used to see him at the distance. I know he's an old general. Yeah, so that's Mark Gleason. One of the tallest guy. I don't know if you have you seen this guy. He's very tall. So yeah, that's the book. And then please lay your hands on the book. It will give you knowledge and understand football. And congratulations to Benny McCarthy. And also, let me share Clean Shelele. That's Robert Marawa's book. And then this book, I went through it. It's a beautiful book. He outlines what's happening, what happened in his journey of football. And you'll understand very well. So take. It's very important. The nation that is not reading is not the nation that is growing. And then here's another book. The book that written by me is called Secrets for Becoming Rich. As I said, we are a financial company, but we educate. That's all we do. So I pen out down this book to educate. That's what I do all the time. Yesterday I was at Hosimampuru talking to the prisoners about finance and so on. And I was alerting them to say, how many of you want increment? Of course, everybody will raise their hands. I say, are you aware that the more you get increment, the lesser it goes to your pocket? They could not understand what I'm talking about. I said, you miss one point. The more you earn, pay as you earn comes in. So you rather earn less rather than the more you earn. And the more you climb the ladder, the pressure in terms of work increases and stress level comes in. So yeah, so that's the book. Then the other one that I need to share with you is this one: How to Get Out of Bad Debts, Use Other People's Money and Resources to Get Rich. So this is the book that you can also lend it. It's one of my books that I wrote, and this one too. It's called. Okay, I've switched it off. This one is called How I Turned 500 Rand into a million rand business. You can do the same. If one person can do it, why not you? We are human beings. We have the same capabilities, same blood, and so on. So it doesn't mean some people are special than others. Okay, it's about anyone can do it. So yeah, get down. We'll share others as we go on. Pete, things are happening. English, what's happening there? The English picture, and then tell us about the English picture. While you're still there, let's educate people about the World Cup rules. Remember, every World Cup, they introduce the rules, and then after the World Cup, those rules are going to govern football going forward. Okay, Pete, the news, what's happening?
Okay, so from an English Premier League perspective, a couple of games today that are going to see changes possibly at the top, or maybe not even. So Arsenal are home to Everton. It's upper 7 today. And West Ham versus Manchester City at 10 o'clock today. You see, now you were saying you're tired, Saubrey. My
Yes.
team keep me up late at night, so I have to watch them now. Another interesting fixture there is Man United versus Aston Villa. This is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Man United, as we've been spoken in the past, are going through quite a resurgence. And Villa seem to be on the downturn at the moment. They were doing so well at one stage. So will Man United turn them over? Let's see. And then the one that I've got a bit of an interest in on the side there is Liverpool versus Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow at 6:30. Tottenham Hotspur are currently fifth bottom, and they're 1 point away from the drop zone. And as you know, Liverpool are up there. So if you look at the teams that are below them, there's Nottingham Forest, and I can't remember who they're playing at the moment. But my team are playing West Ham today at 10 o'clock, and they're going to be fighting for their lives. So, there's a couple of interesting games there from a Premier League perspective, if the viewers are interested. Okay, so what do we know about the World Cup then? Okay, so there've been new rules introduced. Some are tournament-related rules, and some are play-related rules. So I'm going to go through the tournament-related rules. So there's an expansion, if you didn't already know, guys, that the expansion to 48 teams that are coming to the World Cup this year. It's an increase from previous 32 teams. So an extra 16 teams will feature this tournament. There's a new group format. Instead of 8 groups of 4, there will be 12 groups of 4. Now that's obviously to accommodate the extra teams that are coming in. And then by default, then that will include more matches. The tournament will consist of 104 matches, which is 40 more than the last edition. So, if you've got access to the World Cup, you're going to be sat in front of that TV for quite a while. Additional knockout round. There will be an additional knockout round requiring teams to win more matches to lift the trophy. I'm not too sure about what that actually entails there, so that one I can't really expand on right now. And then there's changes in qualification. The qualification process will also be adjusted to accommodate the new format. Okay, so sorry about that, but the dog. Okay, so they've introduced those changes to enhance the competition and provide more opportunities for teams to participate. Again, as we said, that will be an additional 16 teams. And then in terms of playing rules, the International Football Association Board announced approval of several modifications to the football regulations, and this is what the additions are. There's a VAR overhaul, and that says that VAR now can intervene on potential second yellow cards and correct corner decisions if awarded incorrectly. Now, we've never seen that before, so that's something new that they're going to introduce. And there's some time-wasting countdowns, which include a 5-second countdown will start if a throw-in or a goal kick is delayed. And if not taken within that time frame, a corner kick will be awarded to the opponent. There's a substitution time limit. You know what happens when the guys, take forever to walk off the pitch? Players are given a 10 seconds to leave the pitch when substituted, or their replacement will not be allowed on immediately. I think they've got to wait for a minute. So if your substitution, the player that's coming off takes time and he's over the 10 seconds, the game will continue and the replacement substitute will have to wait a minute before he's allowed on. There's a goalkeeper shot clock. Goalkeepers will have an 8-second countdown to release the ball after a goal kick or throw-in to prevent time wasting. In terms of injuries, all players require treatment to stay off the pitch for 1 minute unless they're involved in yellow or red card fouls. That's to keep the game flowing and not have the guys rolling around on the pitch for 20 minutes or whatever the case may be. And players will be banned. This is an interesting one for me. Players will be banned for covering their mouths when they square up to opponents. So you've seen it. I think they called it a Vinicius rule or something like that. So if the players have a disagreement and you see the guy covering his mouth while he, says bad things to his opponent, that's now banned. And then just maybe something that has been considered but is not really introduced at this stage. The IFAB, I can't remember what it was now, International Football Board, Association Board, have plans for the introductions of blue cards in soccer. But it's faced significant opposition and debate. FIFA has expressed concerns about the timing and appropriateness of the blue card system, suggesting it could be introduced at the grassroots level of football first. The proposal to introduce blue cards for dissent, talking back to the referee and officials, and tactical fouls, where maybe the guy pulls him down and he's on the attack, has been met with criticism, with some football authorities considering excluding top-tier competitions from initial trials. But the blue card system is still under consideration, and the IFAB is expected to unveil its plans for the blue card in a future date. We don't know when that future date is going to be, but That's basically the changes that we know of at this stage. And then I don't know if there's still time. We're talking about Iran. You know, Iran has actually pulled out now of the World Cup because of the ongoing conflict.
Can
So
we
who's going to
can
take
we
that?
can we park that one for next week?
We can,
Can
but
we
but
park?
what we
Yeah,
can. What I
yeah.
want to explain.
Because I
What I
want
want.
us to break it slowly in
Yeah,
bit and pieces so that we don't give them more information, but slowly but sure, let's educate them, give them
yeah.
information, and understand how changes happens. Yes. Go ahead, Pete.
So basically, Iran's replacement will be decided by the end of March. I'll expand on that in the next meeting how that works, because it's only the 14th now. So let's just say there's some playoffs still going in, and then some of those teams that are involved there will take uh, Iran's replacement. But it's really FIFA who actually decide that. They've got ultimate. If you look at their replacement process, they have articles and they have sole discretion on the replacement. So we'll explain that a little bit next week for you.
Mm, 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 mm.
It
Yeah,
happened in
when
1950, by the way. It happened in 1950.
mm-hmm,
India,
mm-hmm,
believe it or not, we don't think of India as a soccer nation, and France withdrew from the World Cup in 1950.
mm-hmm,
Basically because it was post-war period. So the
mm,
Second World War, 1945, and the financial impacts and things that took
mm,
place on the respective countries
mm,
led to
mm,
France
mm,
and
mm,
India withdrawing at that stage.
mm,
And there was another reason as well, because in 1951, I think it was,
mm,
the Olympic Games were being played. So
mm,
at that stage, the
mm,
World Cup wasn't as prestigious as what it is now.
mm, mm,
So it was considered more important to be participating in the Olympic Games than what it was in the World Cup at that stage.
mm,
Just a
mm,
little bit of interest for the guys there, but we'll explain who's going to replace and how the replacement process for Iran will take place. But
mm,
it'll be decided by the end of this one.
mm. Yeah, it's shocking. It's terrible. It's terrible. Let's share the news. Let's share the news. Uh, we all know that tomorrow is a big day at Barcelona. It's a presidential race between Joan Laporta, and Victor Font. This battle is fierce, to be honest. Who controls Barcelona? And then both parties. How can I play it? How can I say it? Both parties want to use the name of Lionel Messi, but it differs in terms of approach. Laporta is being accused. These are the allegations. I must qualify it. Is being accused to be responsible for Messi departure. And then Messi is regarded as Barcelona. Okay. And this reminds me of Jomo Sono. Jomo Sono was regarded as Orlando Pirates. And that is why he still owns his team, but he's a fan of Orlando Pirates. Listen to his stories, how he helped Pirates to win the league, against Chiefs. And then I know for a fact he gave Pirates close to about 12 players, top players. And then, according to reports, Dr. Irvin Khoza never paid him money immediately. It was going to be paid installment. And then that contribution, that assistance made Pirates to win the CAF, the only star that they have. So now, yeah, even in this place, in Spain, in Barcelona, Messi is regarded as the Barcelona, Now, I'm going to read a publication here 2 days ago by Swapnil Bokta, because I'm quoting from there. News Now. There's a publication called News Now. It says Laporta talks Xavi controversy around Messi's return, Deco Laporta font. Thank God we got rid of him. I don't know that is dedicated to the race for the Barcelona president. I'm saying this because it's tomorrow, so that tomorrow when people get the results, they know that we have given them the news. The race for Barcelona president continues to intensify. Joan Laporta has spoken openly about several key issues surrounding the election campaign. In recent interview, Laporta addressed criticism of his rival, discussed the situation involving Xavi Hernandez, and explained the club's current sporting project led by Hansi Flick and sporting director. The Barcelona president was asked about the increasingly heated election campaign and the criticism coming from his main rival, Victor Font. Laporta did not hold back when sharing his opinion, questioning Font's plans and warning about potential consequences if he were to take control of the club. That is why I say that's Laporta, apparently. That is why I say putting Barca in the hands of Victor Font is reckless. He's a technocrat. He hides behind computers. He would ruin us because he has no sporting or economic plan. His social plan is a copy of what we have been doing for the last 5 years. Okay? And then he peddles lies, has been putting obstacles on our way for years. Laporta responds to Xavi's involvement. Another topic discussed during the interview was the involvement of former Barcelona coach Xavi in the election debate. Laporta admitted that he was disappointed by the situation. He suggested that the former manager allowed himself to be drawn into the campaign. All right. And then this is Laporta, quote, opening quotes. He said, "It hurts me that he followed himself. No, he allowed himself to be used by Victor Font. But it reaffirmed my decision because with practical the same players, Xavi lost, Flick won. Okay? The decision was good for Barca. Xavi is resentful. Okay? Meaning he's retaliating because we replaced him with Hansi Flick, and Hansi Flick is doing well. The Barcelona president also reacted to comments made by Xavi regarding Alejandro Echevarria, a figure who has been linked to internal club matters. Laporta strongly defended him. In other words, this Alejandro. Defend and explain why he remains an important person within the club structure. This is Laporta, quote, "It hurts me that they are using someone I trust implicitly to attack me. He is very useful for issues with La Liga and the Federation. He has a very good rapport with Deco. He's brave, intelligent, he's a great person. It has been painful blow emotionally and personally. But in terms of decision I have to make at Barca, I feel strongly. I will say it again. Thank God we got rid of Xavi. So the statement was related to Xavi. Laporta explains Messi's situation. Laporta also addressed the long discussed situation involving Lionel Messi and the possibility of his return to Barcelona in the past. Now, before I go there, let me qualify. Messi said he does not want to be involved. Does not want to campaign for Laporta. Does not want to campaign for Victor Font. He's there, he's Messi, but he loves the team. He'll do anything for the team. Okay? That's a principled position. Maybe the more I listen to all these things, it makes me love this guy so much. Love and respect this man so much. Okay? The president clarifies that several factors played a role in outcome, insisted that there was no dishonesty involved from the parties mentioned. And then I quote him, "I don't think anyone is lying, especially Tibas. It's true that Barca didn't have La Liga's approval. It's true that Messi wanted to come. The contract presented by Jorge Messi, the father in other words, had not been approved. It's also true that we had a plan to convince La Liga to accept Leo's registration. But first, we had to reach an agreement between the two parties. That said, it was pointless because Jorge Messi came to my house and told me that he wasn't coming because they preferred Miami, where they would have more peace and quiet and less pressure. Confidence in Flick and Deco project. So Laporta also spoke about the club sporting structure and the partnership between Flick and Deco. According to the president, the combination of their experience and knowledge of football is strengthening Barcelona's long-term project. Deco gives us everything, knowledge of the market, the club, and football. He talks like a coach. He and Flick have perspective that enrich the sporting project. They bring honesty, courage, and decisiveness. They are in the tune with each other. They are two people with experience in the world of top-level football. They are very coordinated, have positive discussion. Laporta also confirmed that stability is one of his priority and explained why he would like Flick to continue as a coach throughout his presidential term. Yes, because I believe in stability. It is essential in big clubs. I have the experience of the first term in which we enjoyed the best period in Barca history, first with Rijkaard, then with Pep Guardiola. Our rivals had 6 or 7 coaches also in the presidency. We renewed the position. I got to know 5 presidents of Real Madrid, financial situation and club situation. Finally, Laporta addressed Barcelona's financial situation and the club's ability to operate under La Liga financial rules. He explained that even without the favorable one-to-one rule, the club has managed to support the sporting project. The fact is, we have given the coaches everything they have been asking, and they have asked for over the last 5 years, and we went at one-to-one. We had to find ways to work harder to bring in more money and be able to sign. It's true that not being at one-to-one keeps you on the edge, but that's the case of all La Liga clubs. Looking back on his recent term, Laporta also highlighted 3 achievements that he considers to be most important for Barcelona's future. Having pushed ahead with Sporting Camp Nou, having built a great team with Flick on the bench and Deco in the office. This generation of players that excites us. The third is the economic recovery. That's what has been that's been the hardest. Then he concluded, Pete, I'm gonna request you to do research on this one-on-one rule, so that we explain to people what does it mean. Maybe on our next show, and that's the story. I'm sure it's self-explanatory. So I don't know. Do you want to say something on it?
No, I don't think so. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. May the best candidate win tomorrow. Yeah. For me, well, now Pete will say, because I'm a Messi fan, I say heads off to Messi. He campaigned for Laporta the previous elections. He bent his fingers. This time, I know Victor Font has already said he will call Messi to come and play, to come as a ceremonial figure, to come and play maybe some few months for Barcelona, because he says, I know that's what Messi likes. But Messi said, please don't involve me. I don't know what to take about it. What's to take about it?
Measure of the man. Yeah,
it's been principled.
Yep.
It's been principled.
I agree. we know what Messi is. He's well, he's an enigma, as they call it.
Mm,
He's
mm.
he's not everybody. He's just that special person. I think he's made the right decision. Just step back. You guys get on with it. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
How I wish in the political front we could have a principal leader like this. And I think it's missing. I don't know. That's why we are on the brink of the collapse now. Right. Pete, those are the stories that we have. Pete, let me go to the Messi special quickly. Things are happening there. Look, he's left with only one goal, all right, to make it 900, all right? And if he scored that, he would be the fastest player to reach 900 goals, the fastest, all right? We know that Ronaldo has surpassed that, but the issue here, the measure here, the yardstick is the fastest. Now, this goals, they tally from the following situation: 672 for Barcelona, 32 for Paris Saint-Germain, 79 for Inter Miami, 115 for Argentina national team. Fresh off winning the 2025 MLS Golden Boot, 29 goals. MVP, Messi continues to rewrite football history. Can he hit 900 in the coming clash with DC United? That was prior to, they are playing Nashville tomorrow morning. And then in the
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
Crossing fingers that he does that. Yeah, I think we are almost closing our show. Unfortunately, I cannot do the other books. And then this is what I've, and this is the passion. You see this guy, apparently he's one of the seasoned journalists in where from, is it Portugal or Spain? And then he met Messi. This is what he did. I mean, if you don't like Messi, who said that? Somebody said, if you don't like Messi, I don't know what will be happening in your head. Like you said, Pete, he's a human being. Like you said, Pep Guardiola is always cool, but we see him animated at some point. He's a human being. We are all human beings. Look, he's breaking records in terms of attendance. Last week it was 72,000 people who attended. So this man, he's rewriting history. Yes, I know Pele did well, but I think he's surpassing even that record now. Here is a young man who's considered to be his heir. And then they showed here, as they score penalties, it's like they scored, no, it was not a penalty. Remember, the Lamine Yamal is regarded as the heir to Lionel Messi. I don't know, we'll see. I'm told that they are going to play Falasimo at Bernabeu. Apparently, Messi is not keen to go at Bernabeu. He's a Barcelona through and through. He's not keen to do that. And then Nashville, after the Nashville game, almost how many players? I think it was about 5 players who wanted the jersey. And then he gave them even the referee, for that matter. So this is not unique. I don't know what you want to say, Pete.
Yeah, no,
There's
what
nothing.
can you say? That hasn't already been said, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to say here. Yeah, this man, I wish him good luck. I wish he wins CONCACAF. I wish he wins the World Cup. You know what? That would be nice. And then I'm happy that we decided to do this section. In other words, we participated in the writing of the history. So, yeah, so that's it. Pete, I think I'm now going to closing, but maybe let me share 1 or 2 books before I close. Which one? I'll share this one quickly. I'll share Andy Lemkutama's book. I know he said by the end of this week, end of the month, he'll be sharing a new book with me. And then I'll also share this one quickly of Dr. Darlene Small, an economist from the Reserve Bank, and Nomsama's book. Let me just do that three from, okay, and Libelo, and Nomsama's book. And then, yeah, then I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day. Yeah. So those are the books. Let me share with you quickly so that you tell us, and then you can just grab a book for yourself. This one is Consciousness Being God by Luther Libelo. And then please, you can lay your hands on the book. It depends whether you want it. The other one is this one by Nom Bugo, Entrepreneur Awaken with a Drive. So yeah, so those are the books that you can lay your hands on. And then here's another one by Andile Mkutama, Blacks Can't Be Racist. And then if you're interested in politics, that's another book that you can lay your hand on. And then here's another one by Dr. Darlene Small, and then How to Win the Wealth Game, The Art of Money. Yeah, this woman has got so much experience working for the Reserve Bank. Pete, thank you so much appreciated. I don't know if any other thing that you would like to pass. Who are you playing this weekend?
We are playing West Ham tonight, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Fourth bottom, fighting for their lives. Not an easy game.
And West Ham used to be one of those teams that very strong.
It's a good side. It's actually a good side. It's just struggling a bit this season. You know, I mean, you get it happening.
But
and they want to. That's not going to be an easy game.
In English football, it's always interesting. I also wanted to discuss the issue of Kaizer Chiefs, but now because you have few coaches, one coach said, what's his name, Baxter, said, you know what, first instance when he was with Chief, everything was hunky-dory. He was allowed to select players and so on. But he said the second stint, they were telling him who to select. Tactic, then he said, that's where the problem is. He said Dr. Kaiser Town should rein his kids. And then there came Mushin Etrugral, said, guys, respect Kaiser Chiefs. It's a big team. And then, and it's so worrying for the coaches to come out and talk like this. What's your take about that? Do you agree with Musini Etrugral, or do you agree with Baxter that let me speak the truth as I know it, or go with what Mushin is saying that no, that's not what you do. But before you come in, we are told that Junior said, position 2, we want to go to CAF. The coach, Katze, said, no. If we are to do well, it's position 3. And then position 2 will be American. What's the take, Pete?
Well, Chiefs are, 17 points adrift now. They're on 30 points versus 27, although they have a couple of games in hand then. Is it true? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But one thing I know for a fact, interference affects performance. That's a fact. It doesn't matter if it's a work situation or sport or a marriage, whatever. Interference affects performance. So maybe there is something in it. Who knows? Because they've really fallen away this last couple of weeks. I think they've lost the last 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. In the PSL, is that correct? I think
I'm not quite certain. I'm not quite certain.
Just gonna have a look here quickly. There's the Chiefs. No, talking nonsense. No, they lost the last 3 games.
Last 3 games. Yeah. In football,
and
it means a lot.
Yeah, of course. Now, if you look at Mamelodi Sundowns now, they've won the last 5. And Orlando Pirates at the top lost the one game, and that was against Mamelodi, as you remember. So it's form at this time of season really counts, eh? So the champions are giving other teams a headache at the moment. So, but yes, coming back to the subject at hand, I think there might be something there in this, but we don't know. It's speculation, really, at the end of the day. Only the coaches will tell you whether that's true.
The news.
But I mean, if somebody's,
I'll still go back. The news. Give us the news.
Yeah.
So that we don't speculate.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Exactly. Pete, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Viewers out there, please continue to subscribe and like, and then engage us. Give us your opinion. Look, we are not correct. We are just sharing our opinion. Don't hate us for it. We are relying on the news that we get on social media, and that's it. And then we'll appreciate if you like, or maybe if you don't like what we are saying, just comment. Just comment. Tell us, say we don't like what you are saying. We talk what we see, and then maybe you are wrong. Maybe we have squint eyes. All right.
That's why I'm wearing glasses.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pete. Much appreciated. You know, when Chiefs lost, I've got so many friends who are Chiefs fans. I said, hey guys, I'm not gonna call all of them now because we are not going to have a very good conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pete.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Right, have a great weekend, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you, Pete. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. We are back. My name is the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe from TBR, which simply means the Big R Solutions. Here, I'm representing the company called the Big R Financial Service Provider, Financial Services, which is an authorized and registered service provider. Our license number is FSP 47430. I'm talking to all government employees, age 55 and above, who are already thinking of exiting the system. They either want to go on pension or they want to resign. Two things that comes to mind. How do I save? How do I save on penalties? How do I ensure that the tax is not so huge? What can I do to make sure that I achieve those goals? Now, if you want to know how to achieve those goals, come to us, drop us a WhatsApp, we'll call you. The WhatsApp number is very simple. It's 067 915 1447. 067 915 1447. Drop us a WhatsApp. Don't call, but drop us a WhatsApp. And then we are working together with Allen Gray on this product, on this project. So Allen Gray is our product supplier. So we assist people using that product supply. So it's up to you to give us a shout or drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.
Kgotsong, ke le tsebisa ka buka ya ka e buang ka tsela yeo ke tsamaileng bophelong ba ka. Le tla utlwa ka mathata ao ke bileng le ona le katleho yeo ke e fihletseng. Hape le hore radio e nkahile jwang hore ke fetole bophelo ba ka. Takatso ya ka ke hore o fumane buka ena ya ka e tla fetola bophelo ba hao. Ya buang ke Dr. Chomani. Take it easy.